This is going to be another example of option A. I want to show the difference between entering pure square footage and entering dimensions. I'm going to press A and then enter. I'm just going to press enter to scroll through the first few screens. Say a customer calls in and they don't know the length and width of an area. All they have is the square footage, and they say it's 15,750 square feet. Well, I have an option here to press enter if I don't know length and width, so I'll press enter. And I'll enter the square footage that the customer's given me, which is 15,750. Enter. I'm going to mount the horns 18 feet high, and it's 80 dB SPL in the area. Enter. This configuration screen looks a little bit different than the other one. The program can't determine actual horn side-by-side spacing and row spacing because it doesn't know the dimensions of the room. So all it's done is it's taken the total square footage, it's taken the maximum suggested spacing for this area, which is 80 feet, and it's divided the total square footage of the room by 80 squared, which would be the coverage per horn. Based on this, it came up with 3 total horns. Okay? If you know the actual dimensions, though, you can get a lot more accurate. This may or may not work in this room. Not knowing the dimensions, the length and the width, you really can't tell. For instance, say we had the same room of 15,750 square feet, same mounting height and same ambient noise level. Remember, this was 3 horns based on square footage, and if you look on the slide rule, you'll see the same thing. But this time, suppose I know the dimensions, and say the dimensions were 450 by 35, and mounting height is 18 feet high. This is a very long, narrow room, and 80 dB. Notice it's still 15,750 square feet. Mounting height is the same, noise level is the same, our maximum spacing is the same. But there's 6 horns this time because of the 80 dividing into these dimensions. So you'd have a huge error based solely on square footage. So if you can get the length and the width, that's always a better way to go. And again, with the slide rule is based solely on square footage, and it will give you 3 horns for that square footage. But in this case, it would be a huge error. In a lot of cases, it would be. So it's always better to design from the actual length and width. I'm going to press Enter and X to exit.